You're live. All right, let's go ahead and call the meeting of the Ways and Means Committee to order for September 22nd. Let the record reflect a starting time of 5:30. With that, all committee members are here, so that takes us to the meeting minutes from September 3rd, 2025. Councilman Garza.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
All right, there's a motion on the floor. Is there further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. That takes us to public comment. Looks like everybody's here to actually speak to an agenda item. We don't have anybody online, do we, Jack? Okay, so seeing nobody from the public, we're going to move down to discussion action item. This is 5B, place on file. This is a sole source purchase from Human Relations and Community Service Department report of orbitbid.com, supplier of 50 Mod Pods. We have a number of sole sources, here today. Certainly appreciate departmental directors and departmental leads being here. Just for our edification, if you could just speak, and this is respectively right for everybody, but you could speak to the actual procurement and then what about the procurement kind of qualifies it for the sole source based on our ordinances, and then we will have committee deliberation. So we're going to start with Ms. Coleman. We appreciate you being here.
Sure thing. The request for sole source submitted to you on July, not to you, but that was submitted on July 17th. Had to do with the purchase of the Mod Pods from Orbit.com, or whatever their official name is, and the cost was $600,000. The importance for us in this particular case was that we had gotten bids prior, and they were like 1.3 plus for all of the alternative housing options that we were exploring. This seemed to be the most reasonable and the same number of pods or units that we were looking for.
Councilman Spatafor.
Thank you, Director Coleman. When we were looking at these originally, I did reach out to law and discuss why this was done the way it was done. They said they indicated it satisfied the sole source and that the bidding requirements were met as well. So I have no problem with this. Just wanted to share that information.
Okay. And although you submitted this on the 17th, we actually approved the amendment, the carry forward on August 11th. And I don't think the purchase order happened for a couple weeks thereafter, correct? So the purchase actually took place after, because there was some discussion about that. Okay. Do you have any questions, Councilman Garza?
Just real quick. I mean, I see that, and I appreciate you guys being here, and I appreciate the heads up on this. It does say heating and cooling on these, and I thought I heard that there isn't heating and cooling in them.
There is.
There is. They're currently right now. Okay. Someone from building safety told me there was.
They have an air conditioning unit and a heating unit.
So they are insulated. They do have the heating and cooling. And I think Kim, I think the rumor that was out there was that these weren't necessarily manufactured for Kalamazoo, but they really were, weren't they? Originally?
They were originally manufactured for
Okay.
Kalamazoo. That is correct.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Do we have other questions? Concern? Appreciate you being here. Motion to place on file.
Make a motion, place on file.
Motion on the floor. Further discussion? Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. That takes us to, and we actually have Bill Brunner with us for the next two. So we're going to start with sole source purchase, Public Service Department, report of Tetra Tech of Lansing as consultant for procurement of solar array project at WWTP, which is our wastewater treatment plant. Bill, you're up.
Okay. Just awarded very recently the solar contract to EIS, and we are very tight schedule with that project. We need to get shovel in the ground in December, and in order to realize tax breaks and utilize our $1 million grant for this. So pretty tight project. Now on the other side, EIS will be designing the solar array for us to take that power into the plant and utilize it. Tetra Tech is a company that knows the electronics of the plant like the back of their hand, and are really the best firm to tell us where to hook it in, how to connect it, and what we can do with this power in order to utilize it most effectively.
Fair enough. We have questions from the committee?
Yes,
Councilman. Yep. Go
I
ahead.
just got one. Is this going to be actually on the site of the wastewater treatment
Yes,
facility?
it will.
And how much areas will that take up?
Well, it's on the south side of the plant, So it'll start alongside the clarifiers and come back around to the south beyond that. And so it's sort of like the southwest corner of the plant, kind of. We'll be giving up a little bit of a circle drive, but we still have a path back to where we need to get some of the manholes that we need to service, but
Now, is there, and another question on this is, how much is this projected to save the city once this is implemented?
going to pay for that grant, I think, or it's gonna pay for itself for 10 years, and I believe it's a 25-year lifespan, projected lifespan of it. So I don't recall the dollar figures right now. I printed everything out to bring in and give you guys, but I left it in the printer. Sorry.
Could you email that to Sherry and so she can share it with the rest of council?
Yes,
Thank you. That's all the questions I have.
got,
Any questions? Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to place on file.
All right, the motion to place on file for the discussion.
I think,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, it was mentioned during budget hearings. Kilpatrick talked about the savings, solar ready. I can't remember. It was
he
pretty
probably did when
substantial.
talking about E EIS.
Pretty substantial, yeah, okay.
Good.
That's
Motion on the floor. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Bill, that takes us to another sole source purchase from your department. This is System Specialties is the vendor for 3 valve actuators. Want to talk about this one?
Sure. Got, these particular 3 are servicing 3 airlines that go into our aeration tanks. Now, the actuators, what they do is they automatically turn a valve for us when we say, hey, we want this valve open, we want it closed, we want it open to a certain extent. They will do that for us in the field. And this particular brand, this Road Torque, we have over 130 of them in the plant and at the pump station, working very well for us. We love System Specialty, local distributor, and they do great work with us. Very good service from them, and I like the valves as well. Made them a standard for the plant going forward.
Makes sense. We have questions from the committee? Seeing none.
Make a motion to place on file.
Motion to place on file for the discussion. Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Yeah. In education, when last names are complicated but fun, we usually say just the first letter. Last name. So I'm going to say Miss R, if you'd like to come table. We thank you so much.
Me.
Woo. All right. We appreciate you being here as always, Cheryl.
No problem.
So this is, again, a sole source purchase, but this one is for the police department and information technology department. Report of Leads Online as the vendor for real-time crime investigation software.
If you would like to speak to the specific
Captain Moore, if you want to come up, yeah, come on up.
we have regarding the software.
So the software is a software that we have had for approximately 8 to 10 years now. We've been utilizing it now. All the pawn shops are required by city ordinance and by state law to report back all their transactions to the police department. So that way if something's pawned and it's stolen, we can identify it. This upgrade that we're trying to do, they're the only people that offer this software. And they're going to integrate it with our new RMS that we have, so it automates all that process. So as soon as the report is filed with the police department, it's going to send over the serial number that somebody reports stolen, the make, the model of the item, immediately flag it. So if somebody comes in and tries to pawn it, they can capture it for us and we'll get notified immediately. So a direct API interface between the two. So that way we know what's going on in live time, and it takes out the human element of our officers having to go back and enter it. So right now, currently, the officer takes a report, the detective gets it maybe on Monday, maybe gets to work on it on Tuesday, and then finally entered into the software. And a lot of times all those transactions have already happened.
Right.
It's too late, right? So
Right,
now we have live real time. As soon as the officer takes a report, it's entered in the system. If pawn shop's operating on Saturday, they're going to see that live. So it also eliminates a lot of paper.
Right.
We had a lot of pawn places in the city, especially one in particular that would do everything by paper. We've now eliminated that. We're actually live with it right now in a trial mode. I'm just waiting for approval for this to.
Man, that's neat.
So.
Okay. Do we have questions? The committee?
None for me.
No? You guys are just all, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess I got.
yeah, go ahead.
So does this free up officers' time then by doing this?
So free up a lot of detectives' time. Right. So the investigation side of things should get all of our property crimes detectives should get a little bit more free time out of it. They can set up alerts in there too, like in their cases where if they want to, it'll actually alert them on their phone if they want to get that thing like, hey, someone's this over here, or it'll say, hey, Justin's pawned a lot of really odd items in the last, few days, and he's also been arrested for, theft. So it'll say, hey, this person might be a person of interest for you to look at.
So this won't be replacing any officers' jobs or anything?
No. It's not that
Not
great
that
of a
AI
software, yeah.
intensive.
It's always scary with technology, coming into
Huge
stuff.
benefits for it, but not that great of, yeah.
Cool. Need a motion.
I'll make a motion to place on file.
All right, there is a motion on the floor. Further discussion? Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. And then the last one is a sole source purchase, police department notification of LaFontaine, Chrysler, Dodge Ram of Lansing as a vendor for 2 vehicles for special operations and violent crime teams. Captain Moore, I have you down for this one?
No,
Oh, sorry.
I think that one, I believe.
Okay, fantastic.
Correct. No. So the SOS funds are actually the forfeiture funds that are used for the purchase. They are allocated a certain budget line each year within the city's budget. They have not purchased vehicles in the last 2 years.
Okay.
There is a $54,000 cap per year that is allocated to vehicle replacement, knowing, number one, that once a vehicle has been made, they're gonna do what they can to flip, turn, change however they can. This transaction did involve one trade-in for 2 vehicles, and it met their needs. We try to spread that business around a little bit. We don't always buy from Fontaine. We try to buy with whoever we can get the best deal that's working with us as far as redacting certain information too, so that we can keep them as UC vehicles.
You have questions from the committee?
And for me,
All right. With that said, we need a motion.
all right, I make a motion to place on file.
All right, the motion to place on file for the discussion. Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Appreciate you two being here. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. It takes us to our last item. This is item G. Committee budget priorities for fiscal year 2026, 2027. Rarely does much come up to this committee. In terms of budget priorities, have you folks had an opportunity to consider?
Yeah, I just couldn't think of anything to put on here.
Yeah,
And you see that the one on there wasn't when you're in. This was 24.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, I just didn't want you to think.
I would strike that one because the IRA is gone.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not in the current year, so yeah, that's already struck.
Yeah.
You don't have any.
So there's nothing as of now.
I've got one.
There was nothing.
I've got it on the floor, but
Okay.
out of here for a while, but I don't have it.
Grab it off your desk, your seat.
Sure.
Early, you want to talk about it now?
Let's, if you want to bring it, just bring it to the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right.
All right. So nothing. You guys are you're easy today. I love it. That takes us to adjournment, ladies and gentlemen, 5:42.
All right.
Right.